Hey everyone, welcome into my show. I'm Sandra Younger, inventor of a cord knotting and design tool called the Knotty-Do-It-All. And almost like, I think 99% of the jewelry I make is with stringing material, whether it be leather, silk, nylon, polyester. And I teach all kinds of knotting techniques and lessons. And today's is going to be, apparently it's extremely popular because on my Instagram post, I got more likes in the shortest amount of time than any other project. So I think there are a lot of people out there that want to know how to make a double row macrame. And I tell you, I have got the tips and tricks for you. If you're new to the show, welcome. You can ask questions and leave comments down below. And also you can look at the products that are available on today's show. And I know that I say this in the, when I do the item description, but the repeat cord is at such a good price. The last time I checked, there were only 17 left in stock because at that price, it will sell out. So if you want it, and I love it, you got to get it now because I looked online and I couldn't find like a lower price. I mean, it is like, honestly, it's such a phenomenal deal. Let's see, anything else? Oh, you know what? Another thing, if you have a brilliant cash coming up, like, okay, for example, if your birthday is in January, your brilliant cash has already been deposited into your account, even if it's like January 20th. Because on the first day of your birth month, that's when your brilliant cash gets deposited into your account. And also, if you're a new customer, you will get a $40 in brilliant cash that you could use toward future purchases. And let's see, I think I covered, the anniversary of your first purchase, $20. And the refer a friend program, you get 25, your friend gets 25. And let's see, did I cover, the returning customer after 365 days, you get $30. So you can like technically get your, your cord for free. I mean, you get two of them. Like, wow, it's just such an amazing deal. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the products on today's show, and then we'll do I've got a treat for you. The customer slideshow it was very long this time, but I did things a little bit differently, and I think you guys are going to like it. But let's do the products first, and then we'll do our customer show. All right, guys, let's see what we have today. Okay, the repeat cord. Okay, this is really, really interesting. Okay, last I checked, there were only 17 left in stock because they're only $15. They were $49.99, and they are on clearance for $15. That means they're only $3 each. So if you want this, you better get it now because I think when they're gone, they're going to be gone. And I love this stuff. I used it in a couple of the projects I'm going to show today. And I just can't believe what a bargain that is. $3 each. Oh my God. Let's see. Next let's see what we have next. Ooh, those crosses down on the lower right. Okay, these are so pretty. You get 7 of them, but I do like string material stuff, so I really didn't need the bails on them. So they were very easy to take off. And what I did with that bead-along repeat cord was I made these really cute adjustable slide knot necklaces. And if I have time towards the end of the show, I'll show you how to do this. It's I know some of you know how to do it. I've done it before, but I will do it again because it's a quick and easy and fun project. And look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. And let's see. Ooh, these clasps. These are really cool because when you squeeze the lever, it opens like on 2 sides. So that's really cool. So you get a set of 4. They're 12. Let's see, a figure 8. Okay, they're about 12 millimeters long. So you get 4 pieces total. And let's see next. Oh, these rings. If you look on my website and look at some of the past JTV shows, I have a bunch of projects where I've used these, but I'm going to be using them today, like for the end part where I connect, my sliding button closure. So I will be using this particular ring, and you get a whole bunch of them. I mean, let's see, they're 11 by 3.5. Let's see, you get 200. With these, will last you a lifetime. I mean, there are like a ton of them. I think I strung them out once and just to see if they were on a strand. I think it was like a yard long, so that you get a lot of beads. And let's see, next we have the multi-tone round. Okay, these, let's see, you get let's see, they're 14 to 15 inches. Ooh, 16 strands. They're all smooth. And one really handy thing that you get is this little like a chart that lets you know like what they are. So if you're not familiar like with you know, the different kinds of beads, you know, you get carnelian, tiger eye, let's see, sky blue quartzite, let's see, unakite, sodalite, sandstone, and then on the other side it has all the rest of the you know, I mean, it's really handy to have. Larvicite, really nice. So that is, so you get your little you know, sheet with the with your strand of beads, and I'm going to be using this set in today's project. And then last we have the Knotty-Do-It-All, and we have both a big one and a small one, which I'll show you in a second. But I want to show you some of the features of our large board. It's got the bead and ring size charts. You know, I've got some rings laid out, so that way I know exactly how big they are. So I could tell that the ones that we're using today are about 11 millimeter, because I have it on the 10 there, and it's a little bit like over the 10. And it's really handy, like the little wells in there, just so you could have your beads or findings, you know, without going anywhere. And actually, you can work on several projects at the same time with the large board. It's got the ruler in both inches and centimeter. It's made of like the beautiful light colored Baltic birch. It's got anti-skid peep. I'll just show you like some of the stuff you get. The hardware, one cool thing about the hardware, you can reconfigure it, because you could see like here, like, you know, you could just, depending on what you're working on, you could move the, you know, your hardware. And I've got like so many different projects where, you know, the configurations are just completely different. Let's see. Oh, you do get a DVD and an ebook, but you do get there is a sheet included with a password to all the online tutorials. And also make sure and check out on my homepage the JTV Extra tab, because I do have links to all the past shows. So if, you know, I have a picture of the project, so if there's anything you see that you want to make, then definitely check out the you know, the link on the links, lots of links to the past shows on my website. And we also have our travel size. This is great for small spaces. You could use it. I've used it side by side with the big board to make like a mega board, because there have been times where, you know, I've needed like a really long ladder bracelet. So this thing is just like phenomenal. And let's see what else. And everything, I don't have a favorite between the big one and the small one. They're both equally handy, just in different ways. Anyway, those are all the products on today's show. But don't forget that I mean, the bargain of the day, guys, is definitely this this repeat cord. If you don't have it and you've never used it, this is a fantastic price. You got to get it. That's all I can say, because I don't think you'll ever see it at this price again. Anyway, these are all the products on today's show. So if you see anything you like, then grab it. All right, guys. Guys, those beads are not on the show. I need to like check out what the problem is. But if you're definitely go look on the website. The product number is it's JLW12316. JLW12316. I'll do a little bit of investigating here to see what happened to them, but they should still be in stock. So I don't know what happened, but they're definitely like supposed to be on my show. Oh, the slideshow, the customer slideshow, guys. This is going to be a wild ride, so kick back and watch. So what did you guys think? Wasn't that like so cool? There were like so many like submissions. I thought I'm going to do something special for you guys today. We're going to change things up a bit. And I want to thank everyone that sent their beautiful pieces in. I absolutely loved everything. Anyway, we're going to get started with today's project because I've got we're going to be making this bracelet here, the double row macrame, and I've got some tips and tricks for you. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do this. All right, guys, I want to say hi to, I thank you guys for like joining the show. There are so many of you. Penny, Gina, Robin, Rhonda, Susan, Tess Bar. Hi, Tess. Oh my gosh. Yeah, right. Oh yeah. I was playing the guitar and no, I was not playing the guitar. Actually, I don't know who is playing it, but I can find out. So, let's see. Oh, Kim, Robin. Oh my God. Let's see who is here first. Laura Lee. The talented Laura Lee. Okay, we're gonna do this. This bracelet. Let me just tell you a couple of things. I'm gonna tell you like what happened. Okay, this was originally gonna be like a triple strand, which a lot of people on my Instagram said, "Oh, I want to learn how to make the triple strand." That will be a future project. But I thought, you know what? I'll start with the double, and then we'll move on to the triple. But the thing is, I had made this bracelet like years ago, and I ran into this weird problem where, I was doing my macrame and then I ran out of cord. And then I thought, it was frustrating. And I thought, I'm not that into it anyway. So yeah, I tossed it aside. And then like a couple of years later, I tried it again. And for some odd reason, I had the same problem. And then just this last week, I thought, I have this problem again. What is going on? And the thing is, the problem was, when I do my macrame, your strands are usually like the same, like length, right? So all your strands are the same, and that was the problem because for the double, there is one strand that's being shared, so it's kind of like being like used twice as much. And that strand is the one I'm going to teach you like how to keep track of and like how to get this look. And the other thing that's really important when you make these, start with the button, because I made a few, and not this one, but like this one here. This one's from Laura Lee. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I love it. This like popped up in the middle like this. And I'm like, why won't it lay flat? And, just for the heck of it, I thought, you know what? I'm going to try making doing the button side first because this has a ring and all of them. I made several of them, and see, I started with the ring, and then I was going to add the button. But every single time I did that, I'd get this weird like thing right here. But when I changed it to where I did the button first, and then this side last, look, it just laid perfectly flat. So when you start this, you definitely want to start with the button. So that's what we're going to do here today. And I was going to use I don't know what I don't know what color this is. I picked this color of the wax jewelry cord because it's light. That way you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I think I have the let's see, where are my? I think it's here. Let's check it out. Okay, these are the cords you're going to need. There will be 3. Okay, one of the strands is going to be 32 inches long, and the other strand will be 60. So those 2 strands, you are going to feed them on your button and then center them. And then I think I have a picture here. So they're the 2 strands. So the 32 inch, once you string it on and center it, it'll be like about 16. And then the other strand, which is the 60-inch strand, once you fold it, it's 30 inches, like 30 and 30. So those 2, you like string them, center them. But this last strand, that 45-inch strand, you will be attaching that one. This is the special one. This is the one that gave me grief. And then I finally figured out what the problem was. You are going to attach this one with a moose knot. So we're going to take, now I'll show you how to do it, just a second. So you've got those 2 on there, and then you put that last one on with a moose knot. But one really important thing, and it's just for reference, just make like a melt ball on the end of that last strand, because that is the one that you need to keep track of, because that's the shared one. That's the one, because if, like, let's say you lose count for some reason and then you accidentally grab a wrong strand and then you keep macrameing, it's going to throw your whole game off, and then you're going to end up with one of the strands coming up short. So I've got, let me see, I'm going to do it right here live. So here I have my cord. I'm going to look at my like cheat sheet here. Let's see. It says 1 strand 32 inches. So I'm going to come over here and get 32 inches right there. And I'm going to cut right here, 32, and trim. And then the other one's going to be 60. Let me get my 60 inches and trim. Okay, 30, 60. Okay, so that short strand, the 30, 60, this, once we feed this one through the button, let's do that. So let's feed this one on. Center. And through, okay, right there. And now we're going to get the other one and feed it through. And this is going to, see, so these shorter strands here, that's going to be the ones that you put your beads on. That's why they're shorter, because we're not going to be doing any macrame with them. They're just going to be holding the beads. But I want to tell you something interesting about that. So, you know, I thought, oh, what if the beads that I want to use don't fit on the cord that I want to macrame with? Well, since this, that 60, this one here, the 32 inch, guys, it doesn't have to be the same cord, because on this bracelet, where's the pearl one? This one, I did this, it's a delicate like pearl. I used like a 0.4 millimeter Chinese knotting cord, but it wouldn't go through the holes. So I thought, oh, what do I do? So I thought, oh, it's not like it's the same cord. I could just put a thinner cord. So I put like a polyester, like an upholstery thread that was real thin. I fed it through the pearls, and then I did the macrame with a thinner cord inside. So it's exactly the same thing. Oh, Sarah is telling us that the beads are out of stock. Yeah, no, I'm not messing around. This thing's actually, I think it's kind of dull. But anyway, what I want to say is you could actually, you know, use a thinner cord, and, you know, so for your for the base. So now that we've got those two centered on, our last one is going to be the that 45 incher. And these measurements will make like, because I mean, right now I'm going to be making a 6 inch because my wrist is like 6 inches, but the measurements that I'm giving you will make up to like an 8 inch. And one really important thing that you need is like, you need some like extra cord, like working cord, because without it, I mean, you could run into a lot of trouble, because the one bracelet that I told you that when I ran out of the cord, I'm like, I did all this work and I'm at the very, very end. So I had to kind of like splice it. And I tell you guys, when I have to like start doing that kind of stuff, I know it's there, and I end up not liking, you know, what I'm making. So let's see, the last strand is going to be 45 inches. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up there. So if you want to take a screenshot of it for like reference, then you can do that. So I'm going to measure out my, let's see, 20, 40. God, I can't believe those beads sold out. That is not fair. Oh, right in like on my show. Boo-hoo. Okay, so let's go back. And here is this one. And what I'm going to do, let me make sure that the, I'll check in a minute. I want to make sure there's nothing else that's been sold out. Okay, so when we put this one on with the moose knot, we just like feed it in and over. In this, you could use like a shank. Just feed both of them. If you're using a 2-hole, it goes in and in. And on this one, this pearl one here, I actually used a clasp. So you can use a clasp as well. So this is you know, you can put almost anything. Oh, coupon code. Uh-oh, guys. you can buy yourself another board. Okay, so here I'm going to put this cord through here, and I'm going to like bundle this up because, you know, when I go to tighten the moose knot, it's kind of important that I know which cord is which. So I'm just going to come in here and attach all these using a moose knot. And one thing that is very handy is like this plastic needle, this guy. You get these in your kit. So you just come in here, and then you're going to make the moose knot over all the strands. So there's 1, 2. I think that's good. Two wraps around will give you a triple. Why did I take the needle out? Actually, I could have just pulled it right through. Okay, so there we have that. And see, the reason those strands are important, because if you need to you need to know like you got to know which one to pull. I'm going to pull that one down, give it nice and tight. And see, what I do is I grab these guys and then pull, and then I grab the long strand and pull. So it just gets everything nice and like perfect. Okay, so I'm going to trim this one. You know what? I'm going to leave this one on because sometimes I need it to like to hold stuff. But that 45-inch strand, what you want to do is just make like a little melt ball on the end. This will be important because what this does, it's just going to let you know that is the shared strand. So if you get like, you know, something happens and you lose your way, then that's the cord that you need to keep your eye on. Okay, so we're going to like tilt things a little bit here because we are going to set up the board now. Let's see, how am I going to do this? Okay, I need these guys. I'll put those over here. Ooh, okay. So when I do this, I use the board diagonally, and because one really cool thing, I mean, this is really cool. You'll see. Let me get this one here. Let me just get where's that? I think it's right here. Where'd it go? Okay, right here. I'm going to clip this in. And I need one of those clips with the open. You can open the clip up a little bit with a pair of pliers to get your button in. Okay, right there. So one thing that's really cool is, you know how sometimes you need if you're working on something really long and you need the cord separated. So one really neat thing about this board is when you work diagonally like this, you've got like you can like literally like have like so many different points at which you can have, you know, your separation, because you just put, like, let's say you put one strand here and then another one down here. So you've got that really nice separation that you need when you, especially when you're doing like something like this. Okay, yeah, I know, right? Working at an angle. Let's see. Okay, so now we're going to find those two short strands. Okay, which are these two right here. And we are going to string our beads on. Let's see. And I figured today I had lots of time to do the project. Okay, so right now we've got this problem where, you know, the beads won't go through. So I am going to do my heat hardening trick where I take, I'm going to melt like a melt ball on this end just to like anchor it into the clip. But you guys know this trick, right? Where if you have a synthetic cord, you could take a lighter and run it through the bottom and it'll harden. Let's see, let's get it. And then you come in here and it should now go through the bead without any problems. Isn't that amazing? Because that would not go on before. You know, when I first ran into this problem, you know, I would try everything. And on some cords you can, like, if you want something like stick straight and stiff, you can add like glue. but glue adds to the thickness. So if you're in a situation where you could like barely like get the cord on, then I don't know, the heat hardening thing, it works. Because the reason it works is because number one, you're stretching the cord, you're pulling on it while you're heating it, so it stretches it rather than melts it into a ball. And I think for this, let me see how many. I think I did 16 or 17. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, let me count again. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. Okay, 17. So I think that's good. So I'm going to clip this here, and then I am going to string the beads on the other shorter strand. So I'm going to do that trick again, just, you know what, just because I know that these beads have, the holes are a little bit smaller. God, I am so bummed out that, you know, the thing when you do the heat hardening, that one, this funny, one problem that I run into, because like, especially like with Eslon, and say it's really hard to get it through, and that sometimes you get that, that heat hardening thing to where it's just right. I mean, it's nice and thin, it's super pointy, and you're like, oh, it was a little hard to get it to that state, and you just want to string like as many beads on a strand as you can because you feel like it's not going to come back. I've done that where I'm just like, oh, it's just so perfect. But I think this is good here. So let me grab these. And another nice thing about, you know, having them heat hardened, you can like grab like chunks of beads at a time, and it's just a lot easier. You just go straight through. Just, I mean, just like as if you're using like a beading needle, it's just so much nicer because I don't know, back in the day when I first, you know, started acquiring beads, I don't know what I was thinking, but I would like literally get the strand and like dump them all out into a container, you know, like little containers. And I thought that was the way to do it, but I keep everything on the strands as long as I can. Okay, so straight in. I think that's enough. Let me count just to make sure. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, 17. Okay. All right. That's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to clip these guys. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is we just arrange the strands. Okay, so let's see. To where, let's get this one out of the way. Let me just clip it. Okay. Okay, now on the left here, we want that one with the melt spot. Okay, that's very important. Okay, let's dig it up. Is that it? All right, it's on the left, I mean on the right. And then you just kind of like, you know, use your eyes and say to yourself, okay, if these two that are left over, because these two have beads, then there's that one, the shared strand, and so these guys here, they're exactly the same. Whichever one is on the farther left, just throw it out, and then to the left, and then just clip this next one. Or you could just hold it, because we need to do this little starting thing. So I'm just going to grab another clip and just clip it. Okay, so with these guys here, we're going to do okay, so remember this guy's on this side. So I'm going to do a top macrame. Whoa, come back. My board is trying to escape. So here's a top. And then a bottom. See, so that cord that we got to keep our eye on, and now it's on the left. So now we're going to do a bottom, and it will be back on the right again. So top, oops. Whoa, focus. So top and bottom, and so it's back here again. So now This is where the fun begins. Okay, so now we're gonna release this one. I'm gonna move this a little bit over. Okay, so let's do it. Now we're gonna start actually macrame. So the first few that you do, you need to do like a bundle of them. Let's see, right. I'll show you. See right there, there's like, whoa, like several. Why is this not focusing? Let me. Okay, see, so right in here, because if I start macrameing without doing this like bundle, then there's going to be a gap. So you take, you throw this cord over, and now with this one, you're going to just macrame on that first strand. So you're going to do a top, bottom, top, bottom, and if you're wondering like, well, how many should I do? Okay, there's two things. When you slide this bead up, okay, you want it to see how it's aligned, so that's good. But this that shared cord, after you've like done your bundle, you want it to end with the shared cord on the left side. Oh no, is it the right side? Whoa. Yeah, on the right side. So let me take this off. So it's after you do up top, because now here's the shared one. We're going to slide it up, and now we're going to macrame with these cords. So here's the top. Let's see. You know what? Is that like, yeah, that's good. Okay, so there's top, bottom. And you can do, okay, at this point, you could do the top, bottom, and then switch over and just keep going back and forth and back and forth. However, another thing that you can do, which I did here, is I did 2 macrames in between. So I thought that was really cool. So, okay, so should I do 1 or 2? What do you want? Do you want me to do 1 or like 2? I'll let you guys pick. Let's see. Whoa. Yeah, there are 5 strands altogether, in case you're wondering. Well, once you've got the arrangement, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. I'm going to see what you guys want, the double or the single. Okay, the double. Okay, so then I'm going to go top, bottom again. There's top and then bottom. And then you slide a bead over this side, and then, wait, top. Oh yeah, so this shared strand, is that right? Is that on the, yeah, that's right. So now we're going to be using it on this side. So there's a top and a bottom, top and bottom. You guys have any questions? Yeah, this cord here, is it confusing? You just got to ignore it. I'm going to cut it off anyway. It's because I know the other day I thought I need that, and then I'm like, no, I don't. So top, bottom, top, bottom. And so once you do that top, bottom, so every time you do a bottom on this side, that shared cord should be like right here again. Is that like distracting? Let me put like a piece of paper or something. There we go. Whoa, okay, something's wrong. Is it wrong? Is that right? Top. Sometimes I get confused. Okay, there it is. That shared one is there. I tell you guys, that's the one that got me, that like made me like, and the way I figured it out was I I ended up using a 3 strands to, okay, bottom, to do the 3 different colors. And then, it just, that's how I figured it out. So, and then you just keep going. You just keep going back and forth. Did any of you know how to do this already? Yeah, it is, right. It's just yeah, the shared one. Yes, Gina, the shared one is the 45-inch one. Let me, I don't have any like good like visuals, but yeah, that's the one that you tie on with the moose knot. So technically you have 3 strands that guys, when you have 1 strand and then you got to fold it, does it become 2 strands? I guess kind of sort of yes and no. But you know what I mean, right? I always have a hard time explaining to people, well, it's a 1 strand, you string it on and then it becomes 2, and they're like, what? Double 2 of the cords. Yeah, the 32. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me show that so in case because I see some questions. Okay, so right here, there's your button, and this is the 32-inch. So see, once you fold it, it's like I have it on the board. It's 16. So you have like 16 and 16, and then the other strand was the 60-inch, and then now it's like technically 30 and 30. So and then the other one, the last one, I tied it on with a moose knot. And one nice thing about this construction, and I mean, like I said, I was originally going to do a triple, and one interesting thing about the triple, guys, let me tell you, when I was doing shows in Tucson, I mean, I had so many people come to my booth that had bought a triple strand, not from me because I didn't like make them or sell them. Oh, look, I bought this bracelet and it came apart. Every single one of them came apart like at the ends because of, I guess, the way it was made or something. But I think I figured out what the problem was. And so when I do the, did I do a wrong? Am I not paying attention? You know what? Let me get I think I messed up. It's hard to talk and pay attention. Okay, so now I need to do a top and a bottom. Okay. Top. And I really enjoyed, I mean, these were actually fun to make. I actually really enjoyed them. I mean, and look how many I made. I made so many. I mean, I made like probably like 10 of them. But the thing with these, I ended up not like using them because I didn't start with the button. But this one, it was an interesting, and it worked with like these pebbly type beads. So, you could experiment around. It was just like, I don't know, it was just fun just trying like smaller beads, bigger beads, different colors, different textures. It was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. Top, bottom. Whoa, is that right? No, see? That's something we got to keep track of that. One, what happened? Something went wrong. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I need to do another top. I don't know what I did, guys. But I knew because this, with that little ball on the end, it wasn't here. So that's why I'm telling you, you want to, and plus, when you're doing the macrame, you can feel it because it's the longer one. And have you guys ever macrameed and then you've got that one strand that's long and you can just feel it in your hand and you know that it's longer than the rest because you've got to do like you have to pull farther. It's just interesting. Michael. Right, Michael? Carnelian is just so beautiful. Let's see. That's, oh, what happened? I fix my, oh, who fixes their friend's jewelry all the time? Crystal. Okay, so bottom. Is everything, hey, Pat, is Pat late? Oh, did you miss the slideshow, Pat? The customer slideshow? Oh, it was so good. If you guys want me to show it again, I could. At the, after the end of the show. Did you guys like that? It was so good. Talented bunch. At bottom. Oh, Susanna. Okay. I'll do that. I guess, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll do that at the end of, after the end of the show. I will do it again. An encore. Okay. So let's keep going. Yeah. It'll be for those of you that came in late. It was a really fun slideshow. So basically, you keep going, and I've got plenty of time. And let me check one thing real quick here on my computer. I want to make sure. I just want to make extra sure that those beads are out of stock. I guess they are. Oh well. Oh well. Oh. Aw. Oh, yeah, you and me both. Oh, Tess. Oh, listen, Tess is so, like, she's being like modest. She's so talented. I'm sure you could. I mean, the way you sing, and you play good. Now, Tess, please. Yeah. And Tess can sing. Oh my God. Yeah, you guys have to like look her up on YouTube. You're gonna like be astounded, like blown away, like you're gonna be like, whoa. Now you all are gonna be like, oh, I'm friends with a country music star. Okay, what am I doing wrong? And then a bottom. I don't know. I feel like either I'm counting wrong or I'm not paying attention or something. But at least I know that I'm keeping this strand going like in the right direction. And so it's just pretty repetitive from here. You just keep going. Like, and then, every once in a while, just check out your beads to make sure they're not kind of like, wow, these are pretty beads. Whoa. Oh, and like over here, like if this starts getting like a little tight, you can just grab your clip and just like move it down to kind of like close it up a little bit. So that's really helpful. So let me get this thread out and I'm going to keep going until I'm finished. Anyway, Pat, we're doing a double row macrame, and I think I covered, like if you missed it, like at the beginning, I try to be very thorough in my coverage of this bracelet. So basically what's going on is there's one shared strand, because when you're macrameing, they're usually like exactly the same, and they get shorter together. But when you're doing the double, there's a shared one that gets like shorter, faster. Did I do that right? My goodness. Hang on, let me undo this. Oh, and you know what? If like towards the end, nope, no, see, I didn't do it. See, I did my homework, man. I paid attention on that one. Yeah, if we have time towards the end, which, I don't know that maybe did I do an extra one, the top, bottom? I'll do this one quick little tutorial. I think I overdid those, which is, I think I mentioned it on how to do this here, how to do a moose knot and then get these knots even on the sides. So if you guys want to see that, after I finish this, we'll do this, and then we'll do the customer slideshow again. Woohoo! Yes. Okay. And bottom. All right. Slide. I'm going to count this time. Top, top, bottom, top, bottom. Yeah, I think on this one here, honestly, I think I overdid it. Okay. And then slide it. And there comes a point, like if you're, especially like you're working along, where all three of these strands will like be the same length. And that's when I ran into trouble because I didn't know which one was that shared one. So things started getting kind of wonky. Bottom, top, bottom. And the, okay, bottom. Is that long enough? No. I think I'm going to add in a few more beads. All three strands converge. One bead up. Whoops. You know what? See, I knew there was something wrong. You guys are just like so smart because I was like, oh, what did I do wrong? Because when I did this one here, there's a lot of space. And I'm like, what caused that? That right there, because I didn't do a top and a bottom, but we're just going to ignore that and pretend like I didn't do that. But that's what because let me tell you, when you feel that there's something's not right, listen to your gut because it's usually correct. So you're right. Let's see who called me out on that. I'm going to see like who called me out on that. Who's got the eagle eyes in the house here? Yes, Rhonda. Yes, you are correct. Oh, well, I'm just going to keep going. Because I noticed that. I'm like, what did I do wrong? Because when you do this, they should just be nice and like perfectly compact. And then I'm going to do this side. This is top, bottom, top, bottom. Okay, so I think I'm gonna like stop there. This is a very key point, because when you get to your last bead, you want to do your top, bottom, and then do do another top and another bottom. But the reason is because you want to slide your bead over and make sure that they're even on the ends here. Because if I were just to do a top and a bottom, it would be like crooked, like at an angle. So you want them to be like straight, just like that. And then you're going to do like a top and a bottom. So just like this. And let's do the bottom. This is like for doing the finishing. And then you're going to like bring them together. And then these on the outside. So I'll repeat that. Because see how these are like offset? This one I did like extra just so that these lines right here are even. Because if I didn't, let's say I stopped here, see how it's not like straight? So so this strand here, we're going to bring it down. And do not pull these because it will cause this gap right here to get bigger because I don't know why I thought I'm going to pull them. Bad idea. And so with these two on the outside, you do a top and a bottom, nice and tight, just like that. And now you can come in and take, your beads off. I ended up using less beads because I did a double in between. So I'm going to come over here and grab all these and just trim it off. And like I said, there's enough cord for the measurements that I gave to make up to an 8-inch, but I'm only doing a 6-inch. So, and I'm going to use these cute rings that were on the show. And actually, I ended up, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I guess I could get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. It's see one thing that I love doing is like having this at an angle and holding it like nice and let's get it focused. Focus. Why is it? Oh, there it goes. So right there, I just like to hold it and then take my thread zapper and just keep an eye on it. Just melt it right there and then tap it down. Okay, so now we could take these guys and feed all of them through one of these rings. Ta-ta. And now we are going to do a really tight macrame in here. So let's see, does this hold? Yes, it does. And let me zoom out a bit. And I'm going to get another clip right here to hold these strands. And then, oh yeah, that's what I needed, that piece of cord. Remember the one that was sticking out? Because sometimes I need to like make like micro adjustments to this, and that's what that, but you know what? I'm just gonna add another cord in here. Let's just do that. So I could have completely like not had to do this step. Okay, so right here, that's too much space, so I'm gonna like scoot this down, scoot this over. And ideally, I think about like 1/3 of an inch. Is that like, yeah, I would say about like 1/3 to 1/4 of an inch is like about what you want right in there to do your really like tight macrame. And the, where's my, okay, I have this here. What I did was I split the, this cord since it's a 2-ply. And when I split it, it just makes it really nice and thin. And when you're doing a macrame binding knot, having it nice and thin is like better than thick because it just gets like really like into the, it just gets it nice and like super tight. So I'm going to come in here, and this, guys, has to be tight. I mean, you cannot mess around here. So I'm going to come in here and just super tight. See, my fingers are like I don't know, they look like they're stressed out. And then you just keep doing that really tight macrame. And on this one, I do the really tight macrame, and then I go over it again. So I know a lot of you guys have seen me do that. I know that Sarah in North Carolina, I see her do that in some of her work. So you know that when you do this binding knot, the important thing, it's got to hold. I mean, that is its function. It's not just a decorative. It's literally like holding the your bracelet together. So like nice and tight. And I think I'm gonna do one more right there. And then I'm just gonna like, you know what? I think I'll just like, I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna twist this over. Just the, you guys could do, just instead of having to take everything off, just like flip it over, and then go do the macrame backwards. Okay, so now you go back that way again. So there's top. Oh my goodness, I've been to Alaska. It's so nice. I did not want to leave. When I landed, I think it was in Juneau, it was just so, I felt like I was in the set of a movie. It was so surreal. I just thought, this is the life. This is really nice. Okay, then I think that's good. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to tap that down, tap this down. All right, let's check it out. You know what? Another place that has really just beautiful, beautiful sky. Oh my God, the sunsets there. Tucson, Arizona. Oh, just absolutely gorgeous. All right, so there we have. Oh, look at that. And I tell you, this, I mean, the construction is rock solid. There really are no, like, nothing that can come undone. And then what I did with the repeat cord, let's see, I always forget how many inches. I think I got, well, maybe 12 is too, actually 12 is too much, but I'm going to go with 12 anyway. So this is, are any of you guys in Tucson right now? I mean, is Tucson your stomping ground? Okay, so, and I think almost all of you know what I'm going to do next. Whoa, my board is rolling because there is something underneath it. Pin and a clip, 1 inch apart. Let's do that right there. And hang on, guys, there's something under my board. I'm going to, there it is. Does that ever happen to you where you know that, whoa, what is going on? Huh. Oh, there it is. It was a peg. It was like making it roll. Okay, so a pin and a clip 1 inch apart. And I'm going to take this this cord. And the way to get it, like after you make the knot, I think a lot of you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to offset this by 4.5 inches. And come back over here. And I'm going to have the short part on the bottom. And then I'm going to make a moose knot. And after you make the moose knot and you slide everything, these two sides should be like even. So I'm going to do a double. So I'm going to go once and then go through the rings there, or the loops. Pull that through. Oh, the bracelet. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm making the clasp part. So I'm going to tighten that. Slide this down. Yeah, Kathy, that's what I'm doing now, because I have this here. I'm attaching this, and then I'm going to put a slide knot, and then this is going to be like ta-ta. It's going to be like that. Yeah, right? Okay, so I'm going to clip this here, and then I'm going to make a coil knot. And this, one thing about this cord is that it does melt very easily. So I'm going to show you a little precaution that you can, okay, not that one. I want the repeat. Did any of you buy this stuff? Oh, yeah. So, let's see, I'm going to take about 7 inches. Sometimes I just don't know, because sometimes I make them like triple, quadruple, like sometimes 5 wrap, but I don't know. Let's see what I'm going to do today. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm in the mood for the 5, so why not? Let's go big. Hold it up. You guys know this this trick, right? Let me focus. Focus. Right there. You just push it up. And if you want, you can use one of your needles that comes with your kit. I think it makes it a little bit easier sometimes. Especially with this cord. I mean, the good thing about this cord is it fluffs like crazy on the end. But it's also the bad thing about this cord. But if you know how to manage it, then you've got the best of both worlds. Because it makes really nice little fluffers. So pull that through and then tighten. Okay, this is where, okay, does the repeat cord work as well as faux leather for slide knots? Oh, I like that. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, faux leather color. Yes. Michael, yeah, they're just different. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Oh my God. I feel really weird saying this, but last night I was like, how do I hope I'm not crazy or something, because I'm like, what is my problem? I was thinking about the faux leather and the beetle on and the repeat cord. Do some of you do this? I mean, I've got like sounds and feelings for the different cords I use. So the the sound for this was, and then the sound for the faux leather was, because this is like soft. It was like a lower tone because it's like softer and like it's got like a like feeling to it, but it works really well. Whereas the faux leather has a little more snap, so it's like a little I don't know. But do any of you do that? Like silk is like shh because it's so soft. But that's how I would describe the difference between the faux leather and the repeat cord. Like I don't know. It just feels different. It's just softer. It kind of feels like clay. But I'm going to knock this one off because I need to know that that's the one I'm going to trim off, because a lot of times when I move this over to the end, I know. Does it talk to me? Not yet. I know, right? Like string theory. Yeah. So this is the one I need to trim. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna like tighten it. But this guy, you gotta be really careful because you don't have a lot of leverage here, and you don't want to, when you melt this into the ball, you don't want it to stick to this, which for some reason repeat cord just melts really easily. So here's the trick, guys. Here's what I came up with. So I'm gonna trim this about maybe 1/8 of an inch. Okay, right there. I don't know if you guys can do this, but this is what I did. Where's that? This get? I know. Right, Tess? Haha. She did that once. She's like, how do I fix it? And I was just like, I don't know. I think you got to start all over again. So what I'm going to do here with these two fingers, I'm going to hold this, and I'm going to put this real gently, just right in there, and I'm just going to hold it, because what this is going to be is like a barrier between this part that I need to melt, just real gently, like it's like almost effortless, because you don't want it to like cut anything. Okay, where's the lighter? And it's going to be like a, you just keep it low, yeah, because you don't want it to, perfect. See that? That's what you want. And whoa, and if it sticks up a little bit, it's not that big a deal, because when you like slide it back and forth, it kind of like the tension like equalizes, and that will get like it'll go in, and I'll show you that I'm telling the truth, because see how it's sticking out a little bit? Okay, so now we're going to do this side. Same thing. I'm going to, with these two fingers, or, you know, you don't have to do it my way, any way that works for you. That is the important thing. So I'm going to trim this part. Hold this right in there, and then just gently, gently hold it. And you can use like aluminum foil. I know I've done this before, and a couple of you have some really good ideas of other like things that, oh, you know what? That thumb is too close to the knot. I'm moving it. Nuh-uh. I just almost burned myself. Woo. Okay. I would have cut and, okay, I know, right? Okay, there. Okay, so now I am going to let it cool down, because you don't want those little balls. I mean, the balls are what's going to hold it, because they're so, I'm so used to just like burning it, tapping it, because it's force of habit. But those little balls are like what's going to hold this together. And you just kind of like slide it back and forth, like pull, 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 pull. You could just like clip this, just, okay, see how now, remember I told you that there was that gap right in here. See that? They're like, they kind of went together. So that's how you do this. Okay, so the next thing, you want to have it big enough so that the button will fit, which that works. And now you need to make a knot here and a knot on the other side. And see this, I think this is going to be a perfect example of why leverage is important, because I think I might have cut them too short. Oh, come on, go in, please. Yes. No, I think this side's good. So you guys have these beads, right? We've had them on the show like many times, and hopefully you got some. I know, right? Thank you, Gina. If not, let's see, Pat, it's not, but I have to have a permit. A permit to ship to New York? Oh, you're talking about Vino Who Info. Oh, yeah, because Tess also, I swear, she has a vineyard and she sings well. Okay, this is going to be like a problem. What can we do about this? Oh, I don't know. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to melt it a little bit, kind of like do this. I mean, I've had a couple of things that worked, and then I cut it at an up. Let's see if that'll go through. Because you don't want to glue it because, it's going to take up too much time. Did it go? Come on, come on, come on. Ah, there we go. Oh, we're almost finished with this one. Okay. I might have enough to do that knot. It worked. Let me get a knotting all for this one since I don't have a lot to work with. But isn't it nice that I get to, it's 11:08 and I get to finish and I have extra time. Isn't that just so nice? Okay, so on these, you just melt them into balls. I mean, not balls, you melt it and then tap it. Let's see. Just kind of like wait a couple of seconds before you like tap it down. Perfect. Then this side. Okay, let's let it cool. Ooh, 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 ooh. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Oh my gosh, it's completely done. You guys got to see it completely 100% made without me saying, well, figure it out on your own. You know how my shows end? This one, I probably made it a little bit short because I wanted to. Oh, no. Oh, it's perfect. Ooh, look at that. Oh, then you have your little handles here, and then you could slide this closed. Oh, look at that. Isn't that adorable? Oh, my goodness. And then on this ring, if you're using like a plain ring like I used here, Laura Lee's like the queen of like dangles. You could put like little dangles on this part. I mean, just look at that. Oh, how pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. I know, thank you. Oh, are you talking about me? Sweet and beautiful. Right, Joan, it is a lot easier than, and you just experiment with like the different kinds of like stringing materials and beads to see what you like. 'Cause like I said, I think, did I say, okay, this one is Chinese knotting cord, Eslon, wax jewelry cord. I don't think I've tried anything else, but here's maybe I'll do this one someday, but this is a variation where, I wanted something in the middle. So, I did this thing. So you could like, reduce it down and then start up again. So that one came out really cool. So, let me, I want to do, before I redo the beautiful customer slideshow with my super talented peoples, I want to show you how to do this. Okay, we're gonna do you guys want to see this? Like how I, because when you do a slide knot necklace, it's easy, but when you have a moose knot, it's a completely different ball game because unless you're extremely precise, then it's going to come out like crooked. Okay, so we got okay, let's do it. One thing that I found that was very, very useful, and I don't even know why I have this. I found it in my sewing kit, and I'm like, that is exactly what I've needed all these years, is this thing. Okay, so the, let me find, I had a special piece of faux leather, but I guess it's gone. That's all right. I'm going to put, oh my goodness, come on. Let me get rid of some of this stuff, guys, because I've got a lot of stuff here. Okay. Because this is going to be very important. Okay, so if you have if your clip, sometimes the clips get loose from like wear and whatever. But one thing you want to do is you can take this is important for this project. You could take like some thread and like stick it in the hole just to make sure to get it like extra. Is that going to work? No, I need something even thicker. Let's see. Let me try this. And also another thing, I mean, I've got a bunch of like mismatched clips because, over the years we've like made different like kinds and alterations. So, okay, that's good. See that it doesn't, you don't want it to like wiggle. Okay, so that's important. Okay. And then we make this straight. Should I, you know what, that one, let me get a peg. Okay, this one will work. Okay, pin and a clip an inch apart. Okay, so let's take the this stuff right here. Okay, one thing about this cord, it does straighten out nicely with a heating, I was gonna say a heating iron, a flat iron. So I heated the flat iron to 350. I even tried 450 and it didn't melt it. So, but it does take the kinks out, which is like important. So what you do is like you put it around your head to where it's like like to where you can get it on and off. So you're like, okay, that's good. Because once you make it, that's going to be the most it's going to open. So and then you take that measurement, whatever that was, and add 13 inches. So I'm going to come over here. So I've got a ruler. I'm going to add 13 inches. So there we go. Cut. All right. And you could use that reference. Like, let's say you want to make like necklaces in the future. Just keep it like handy because that way you don't have to go through this these steps like over and over. So so what we're gonna do, the first thing we're gonna do is add the moose knot. Uh-oh, that one's finished. Let's do pink. I like pink. And okay, so you take your cord. The first thing is the moose knot. So we need a 4.5 inch offset. Because you guys know why I do that, right? Because the knot takes up cord. Because if you had them even and you made the moose knot, then they're going to be off, like this, like where one side will be a lot longer than the other. But if you make this side longer, then make the knot, and then they'll kind of be not like perfectly even, but pretty close. So here's that. And I believe I looked at my cheat sheet and it said when you're doing it this way, have the pendant facing down because the moose knot, it has like two sides. And see that? That's the pretty side because when you flip it over, see how it looks different? So if you want it to look like this in front. And I think that the trick was to have this facing down. It's on my website, but if it's not right, then we're gonna find out in like 2 seconds. Okay, make sure that offset is 4.5 inches, and let's do the moose knot. All right, so I'm gonna clip this right in the middle. I'm just gonna come around And what I try to do, I mean, the reason sometimes I have this like hanging over the edge, but I want it to be extremely precise. That's like I clip the cord and then I just like have it. I'm going to do 1, 2. I'm going to hold this and feed this through. You know what? I think it might be easier without the needle. Okay. All right. Did I do it right? Ooh, let's find out. Yes. Okay, so that's the trick. If the pendant has a face, you want it to be like down because after you make the knot, There we go. It is perfect. Okay, so the God, I had my, let me see if I could find my special piece of faux leather. Is it that one? Oh, I don't know. I lost it. But what you do is you take that measurement again, that remember that maximum opening, put it around your head, and then cut this in half. That's really important. So I'm going to take this and cut it in half because we're going to use this as a guide. Boom, right there. So let's go back here. And what you do, we have this here. Let me zoom out a bit. You're going to lay this down right here, just like that. Hold it, everything together, and then just kind of like slide it to where everything's nice and flat. And right there, you're going to take that chalk thing right there, and you're going to mark. See that? We're going to mark those the strings. And what that does is it tells us that because we need to find, like, on both sides the exact distance from here to here. So when we line them up to do the 2 knots, they'll be equal on both sides. So now we line up those 2 lines like as best that we can. Right there. And then you have to, it's really important, you could just get it as centered on the clip. And if you notice, the clip has like that little, like a little pointy notch. Can you guys see that? Like, whoa, right there. See that? You want to get that white mark aligned right in there. So now what we do is we come in here with our peg, and then we make a coil knot. Whoa, is it? Okay. I'm going to come in here. And I think I'm going to do 3. So there's 1, 2. Yeah, there's 3. It's a triple. 1, 2, 3. So 2, when you, like 2 physical wraps will make a 3. So you just like make it nice and snug. And if I want it to be, if I want to be like extra careful and make sure that nothing goes wrong, hang on, let me get some of these strings. I'll put another peg on this side, and I'll do like the mirror image of it. But but another thing that you can do is, let's see if it works. In some cases, in the cases that you see, I could just like twist this around. But I think it's going to add a little more distance because of the orientation of the clip. So I'm just going to do the one with the moose knot in the middle. I'm going to do it mirror. If it doesn't have the moose knot, it doesn't matter because it's going to this part, the pendant will just kind of like slide into place. So this one I'm going to do the mirror image, and this takes a little getting used to because, you know, if you're used to doing the moose knot in a certain direction all the time, then this is a little bit challenging, but it's good to know. So now we're going to wrap twice and then hold this. It's kind of strange working. Oh, yeah, I did it. Okay, so now we take this off and tighten this one, tighten that one. And I got a couple of like tricks for you here. So kind of just not too tight, just nice and snug. And then remember the razor trick. That razor trick is going to be more important now than ever because we need to melt those balls, and you don't want any heat to hit the cord, or else it's going to leave like a nick in it. So this is going to be really important, that razor trick. So let's do that. So I'm going to cut here. I'm going to hold it with these two fingers and then like put that right in there. I'm going to blow and then cool. I'm just going to sit here and like say hi to people while it cools. Can't. Did I like greet everybody? Joan, Kim, Michael, Laura Lee, Jenny. Thank you, Jenny. Taylor's chalk. Why would I have Taylor's chalk? I'm not even a tailor. I cannot sew to save my life. But I have like a sewing machine and another sewing machine. I always think it's the sewing machine. It's got to be the sewing machine. Yeah. Okay, let me trim this one. It's a sewing machine. It's got to be, not me. Do you guys see that? Me. I like to see what I'm doing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Focus. Okay, right there. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, we're almost done here. There's something, that's the white thing you, yeah, this, I found this, why, I ain't no tailor, I cannot, no, I can't even do a hem, no. You know what? I'm really proud of myself. Okay, I say I can't sew, but the other day I had some jeans where they were high rise and I needed low rise, and I actually found a video on YouTube that shows how to decrease the rise of the jean. So I actually took them apart and I did it. So maybe I can sew a little bit. Maybe it's because I'm not that great that I don't think I can. But okay, so this is the cool thing now. The knots. Whoa, let me get rid of this stuff. It's kind of tangled. See, now they're even on the sides, because unless you can use that chalk to like mark them, one knot can end up over here, the other one can end up over here, and it gets like the closer you like bring these two together. Let's say you want to wear it like really close, the more noticeable it becomes. So check it out. So that is how you do this. And the other thing, and I know this happens to people because it happens to me. Has this ever happened to you where you get these, like the two knots together and then they're stuck and you can't get them apart? Well, one thing that you can do was, where's my handy tool? Oh, there it is. Let me grab it once. I've got this thing. Okay, guys, what's this? Does anybody know what this thing is? I've asked before and nobody knows, but this, it's very pointy. And what I do is I kind of like stick it in there. I just like force it open and it works. Let's see. Because these knots, I mean, once they kind of get stuck together, they're really hard to, there we go. So, there we go. If you pull one and nothing happens, then pull the other, and then boom, there it goes. So if yours ever gets stuck, that's the way to get it apart. Anyway, I think it's a fid. Okay, I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up fid. And I think that's everything. So on the show, did you guys get any of the repeat cord? And let's see, we finished the bracelet. We did the necklace. I think that's it. But so drum roll, I'm going to finish the show off. I'm going to re-show the customer slideshow one more time for those of you that missed it. And for those of you that wanted to see it again, here it is. And I want to bid you guys a farewell, and I'll see you guys next week. But watch this.